welcome to another edition of Psychosin Psychoanalysis here on the YouTube. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest album by the one and only Meshuggah called The Violent Sleep of Reason. So I forgot the name of it then. And is it any good? Does it stand up to the Meshuggah legacy? Well, let's give this a listen. The Violent Sleep of Reason is the 8th album by Swedish extreme metalers stroke inventors of the genre, as it were, Meshuggah. And now, before going further, for those of you who still don't know what Meshuggah actually means, it's actually a Yiddish and Hebrew word, which means someone who's a little bit mental, basically, which describes this band quite well, actually, throughout their career. Now, I've been a fan of Meshuggah for a fair few years now. I think the first album by them I actually heard was Chaosphere, which to this day I still love. I've been following them ever since. One of my favourite albums by them as well is the I EP, along with Catch 33. That was when they were doing something really, really unique and interesting, and no one else was sort of coming out with music the same. It's still the case now, but obviously with the gent scene, as it were, they have to sort of up their game a bit, really, to sort of stand out a little bit more. Admittedly, there's still no one who sounds like Meshuggah. Let's get that out of the way first. What do I think of this album? Well, it's not a bad album, obviously. It's a pretty good album. I mean, this is Meshuggah after all. I don't think they really do bad albums. But the problem I've got with this album, this is obviously entirely my personal opinion, but it's a good album, but it's not great. Meshuggah have definitely done better albums. Now, this is going off of only listening to the album once, which is probably never enough, really, for a Meshuggah or a progressive type album. But on a sort of first listen, there's a fair few songs on there where it sounds a little bit like the band are a bit on autopilot, as full of riffs and all that they are, and as much as the band still make you want to gurn like a madman while headbanging to their polyrhythmic riffs and rhythms, as it were. Yeah, there's a few songs on here that maybe don't quite reach the usual sort of high standard that the band have set to themselves. And don't get me wrong, a new Meshuggah album is still better than 90% of the rock and metal that does come out. Not to put down a lot the rest of the rock and metal genre, but what they do can only be described really as Meshuggah. I've probably said the word Meshuggah too much in this review, but anyway. But as I said, I mean, the songs that really worked for me and my favourite songs on here, it opens well with the song Clockworks. That is a classic Meshuggah tune, absolutely superb. And it's something that is a little bit different because they incorporate what can only be described as pretty much a chorus, which you don't hear often on Meshuggah songs. It's monstrosity, absolutely awesome. Then By the Ton is another awesome song. Then we have the title track, which for me, again, was where the kind of Meshuggah on autopilot come in. Then Ivory Tower, absolutely superb descending riff. Then you have a couple more songs that don't really do much for me up until the 10th and final song, Into Decay, where they bring on this sort of doom-laden, really apocalyptic film, really slow it down. And I really, really enjoyed that when Meshuggah do that. I think I've said Meshuggah about 19 or 20 times in this. Should have a Meshuggah count again, 21. And so there we go. So all in all, it gets 3.5 out of me. Not a bad album by any means, but not one of their best. And I think really, hopefully the next album will be better. I still love the album. I still think it's great, but they've definitely done better albums. There you go. Meshuggah, The Violent Sleep of Reason, 3.5 out of 5 from me. So there you go. That is what I thought of The Violent Sleep of Reason, the newest album by the one and only Meshuggah, the masters of gent metal, as it were. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my Patreon. The link is down there at the bottom. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.